Today we will be discussing cities and civilizations, which is Chapter 2, Section 2 in your textbook.
As we previously discussed, people banded together for protection and also to make money by making towns. Soon those towns will grow into cities. The first cities began in the Middle East, which is located in Asia. The city of Uruk was very big and had houses, gardens, and large public buildings. This is one of the first cities that was ever created. It also probably had a government that was led by temple priests. This shows that religion was very important to these people. Cities were also known as centers of wealth. Uruk had a complex economy. An economy is the system that a community uses to produce and distribute goods and services, much like how we make our money today. There are three basic questions whose answers define the economy of a society. The first question is, what goods or services will be produced? Second, how should goods and services be produced? And thirdly, who should get and use goods and services? Uruk's economy was based on trade and farming, so their products being produced were vegetables as well as livestock, and they became very wealthy and attracted newcomers, which led to the city to grow. The rise of civilizations. As cities grew, they became civilizations. A civilization is a complex society that has cities, a well-organized government, and workers with specialized skills. So you could say that we live in the civilization of the United States of America. The rise of civilizations depended on the creation of a food surplus or extra food, and the ability to manage resources. Now we will discuss the 8 features of civilizations. We will start with cities. Cities started near farming centers. This is where they could sell their goods that were being farmed. The growth of the food surpluses led to the growth in population. Since there was more food, more mouths could be fed. It also served as a center for religion, culture, and government.
The next feature that we will be discussing is organized governments. The role of government is managing the society's resources so that people get what they need to survive. This includes food, water, and shelter. A strong government is good for defense and expansion. As populations grow, the government should also grow. It's not very easy for one person to control a large population. That's why in our government today we have a president, a vice president, as well as many other different branches underneath him. Another feature is an established religion. A civilization develops a religion or a set of shared beliefs about supernatural powers that created and rule the world. Religion is often linked to government. For example, in ancient Egypt, the people believed that the pharaoh himself or the ruler was a god. In the United States today, we do not have an established religion. We have something called the separation of church and state. This lets people here worship whatever god or religion they please. There are still places in the world that do have established religions. We just don't have that here. Civilizations also have job specialization. Since there were many farmers, other people could focus on doing different jobs. Job specialization allowed people within a society to develop the many skills and talents needed to create and maintain a civilization. This might include things like metalworking or blacksmithing, or even an artist. Another thing that civilizations need are social classes. Social classes are groups of people that occupy different ranks or levels in society. It resembles a pyramid like you see on the right-hand side, with the smallest number of people at the top and the largest at the bottom. The top is usually the ruling class. If you look on the right-hand side, you will see the ancient Egyptian social classes. At the top, you can see the pharaoh. He is the ruler. At the bottom, you can see farmers and slaves were the lowest class. High social classes in early societies were made up of priests and rulers, just like you see. The middle classes were made up of farmers, merchants, and skilled workers. And like I said, usually the lowest class are the slaves. Public works are also a necessary feature of civilizations. Governments organize workers to build projects such as roads, water systems, city walls, and places to store food. The purpose was to make life better. We still have public workers today. You can see them doing construction projects around your city. Another feature of civilizations are arts and architecture. These are closely related to public works. Architects built tombs, temples, and palaces, and many of these were seen as works of art themselves, as objects of beauty. Art also developed during this time in jewelry making, music, and literature. The final feature of civilizations we will be discussing is the development of a system of writing. Forms of writing varied from picture writing to symbols representing sounds and letters. If you look on the right-hand side, you will see two examples of early alphabets or writing systems. The top picture is what is called cuneiform. This was developed in the ancient civilizations located in Mesopotamia. The bottom picture are ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. You will notice that there are no actual letters, just symbols. Writing systems were first developed to record numbers, such as the amount of grain being produced and distributed. Later, they will be used to record their laws. So, in summary, civilizations grow out of cities and are dependent on 8 features for survival. All civilizations we will discuss this year will have these features.